Hello and welcome to Keeping Kith Field Notes from the Prairie. So this is going to be a short episode, I'm guessing, because when I woke up this morning it was negative 22 below zero, and that was the real temperature, not with wind chill. So I'm out feeding the sheep now, but I have a feeling my phone is not going to be able to record very long in this cold. So I wanted to bring you out to be part of the very chilly weather, but obviously the phone is not as resilient as the sheep, who if you are watching, you can see this, but they've got snow on the top of their woolly coats, but otherwise are pretty seemingly unaffected by this level of cold. And it sounds so funny, but if you are from the Midwest or know someone from the Midwest, especially the upper Midwest, then you've heard people say, well, the sun's out and there's no wind, so it's not that bad. And I mean, we're negative double digits cold right now, and honestly, it's not that bad. Yesterday it was windy, so it was warmer, but it felt a lot colder with the wind. So I think the sheep would agree. They look relatively content, considering that it is, probably right about now, it's probably about negative 15. I'm sure it's warmed up since I woke up. But yes, when we talk about being resilient, this is what we're talking about. So because I actually need to start forking hay, and they're being very, very polite about this. Normally when they see me with the pitchfork, they start talking, and by talking I mean yelling. So I'm sort of impressed that they aren't making a bigger stink about the fact that I'm standing right here and not feeding them. So I'm gonna set the phone down so you're gonna get a nice view of the bright blue sky. If you are watching, if you're listening, obviously my voice is gonna be coming in and going a little bit because I am literally gonna be forking hay as I chat with you. So here we go. So every morning and every evening in the winter, I come out and fork hay from a big bale. And that's what they eat. I very rarely supplement with grain because, well, there's a lot of reasons we could go into the details of why I rarely supplement with grain. But one of the interesting parts about living here is our grass. The nutritional value. Not all grass is created equal, basically. In terms of the nutritional value, some grass just doesn't have as much nutrients, calories, etc., just like vegetables. Different types of grasses have different nutrient values, and because where we live there's so little rain, the grass grows more slowly, which is why we're the short grass prairie, not the tall grass prairie, because the grass just doesn't grow as tall. But the good news about that, we can't feed as many animals per acre because it doesn't grow as quickly, but the grass itself is incredibly nutrient dense. Because it, again, grows more slowly, so it's pulling more nutrition from the actual soil. So it's the reason that it can be difficult to grow vegetable crops on the plains, especially in this part of the plains, which is pretty far west, west of the Missouri, specifically of the Missouri River. But the good news is our grass is just amazingly nutritious. So yes, there are times, especially when it's cold like this, that I might supplement with a little something, especially if it's later in the winter and the ewes have bigger babies in their bellies. But this time of year, this is only one day of deep cold, and they are early enough in their gestation. I don't worry as much about them getting enough calories. And again, different sheep are different too, just like this is true with cattle as well. So some sheep just need, like Jersey cows, for example, need more calories because they produce so much more milk. And most of my sheep are breeds that are, well, as predicted, my phone did shut off. So I just put it back in my pocket and let it warm up. Now the sheep I was feeding, that I feed first, I call the far sheep. And then these are the near sheep. They're right by the house and our little red barn. And these are the sheep that are very old or very young. So they get a little bit more babying. They get to have a barn, and yeah, they just get a little more attention because they need it. Whereas the far sheep are about a block away, and they are the fit and the young, not babies, but sort of the young adults. Anyway, I was starting to talk about the nutritional value of here's the hay, by the way. This is what the big hay bale looks like, if you can see it. It's much, hay bales, the kind that we use are, gosh, I don't even know how much they weigh, but they weigh a lot. They are much, much bigger than me. And so here's my big pitchfork, and I just pull the hay off of this bale. It's wound. The balers wind the grass, cut the grass just like you'd mow your lawn, and then wind it very tightly into these bales, and then you kind of fork it off in layers. And I was saying that, like, you know, I mean, obviously, I can't think of anyone who would think, oh, -20, this sounds like great weather to go outside and hang out for a while. But winter chores are literally one of my most favorite things because it forces you to. I mean, you can't, the sheep have to eat whether you want to go out or not. It really doesn't matter the weather, they still need to eat. So yeah, you get bundled up, you head out, and then, you know, no matter how much I'm not looking forward to it, I always am grateful when it's done that I've gotten out and gotten moving. And for me personally, I'm not that big of a person. I'm not very strong. So forking hay is actually pretty good exercise. And like right now, I put on an extra sweater. So I've got my, you know, pants, coveralls over top of that, quilted coveralls, a regular sweatshirt, a wool sweater, my winter coat, you know, a hat, scarf, mittens, and I'm sweating. So, I mean, again, when it's -15, my hands are still a little bit cold. My face is a little tiny bit cold, but like under my clothes, I'm warm. And that's, again, when you live in a place where it's winter this much of the year, to be able to be out and not be uncomfortable and be able to be sort of enjoying the fresh air, the sunshine, that feels like a miracle. So I'm incredibly thankful to my sheep for giving me a reason to push myself to get out the door, and then reaping the benefits of it. So like I said, I'm going to keep this episode pretty short because I have a feeling my phone will die again here any minute. But I just want to thank you again all for joining me. This is such a fun experiment, much like getting out to feed the sheep even when I think I don't want to. Recording these just helps me too to just appreciate the beauty that I get to enjoy. So yeah, I'll end with, and as I have been ending, with just an invitation to you to go out and meet your kith. And if you live in the southern U.S., today, I think there's a big winter storm that's going to be hitting. And in a lot of other parts of the country, you're also experiencing deep cold. So kithship might mean something very different. As in, you may not be heading out to take a hike and meet. It's so funny though, I just heard a little bird. I wonder if it'll talk again. Because that's what I always think. At the very least, you can always just peek your head out and see if you hear any birds chatting. But I think of weather as being part of kithship too. The weather is the way, it's the language of the earth. I mean, it's weather moving across the earth is a language, and it's a conversation. So right now, I think we're having a conversation that's, the earth side is pretty loud. It's pretty cold and dramatic, and it's definitely telling us some big news, because it's not being subtle about it. Now what it means, I'm not an expert enough to say, but I would again just invite you to, if you think about the weather like that, it does change your relationship to it. So be well all, and happy Kith keeping.